What are we here to do today? Two things really. First is to celebrate what's fantastic about care and recognising that every day there are fantastic stories everywhere in our county. We're also here to think about and to decide what we need to do to make care a flourishing success story in our county.
When you go to work, you know that you're making a difference in these clients' lives, and I don't think there's any job better than that.
This is like home. This is like family.
If I could sum up the importance of social care in 2 sentences, I would say, number 1, it actually reduces length of stay in hospital. Number 2, it actually prevents people becoming sicker and needing longer term care later on in life.
For what we have to do, there's a massive responsibility with such a small pay attached to it.
To respect carers, you need to make it a profession. They're professional carers. Have a register of professional carers so they feel valued and recognised in the work they do.
We need to invest and be patient, but be persistent.
I think that there's too much focus on what we don't have and not enough focus on some of the really great things which are happening in our communities.
We want you to witness. We want you to connect. And we want you to understand some of the issues and some of the great things that makes working in care great.
You sit here and it's impossible not to be humbled to hear those experiences, and I think it's a shame that maybe we don't hear that side of the industry as much as perhaps we could.
Nikki, any word coming through from the live stream? I'm sure there's lots.
There's some loud pay going on, Nikki pay.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are saying, please can you refer to the pay, because that's going to be one of the most critical things.
It is about being valued. Yes, it absolutely is. But we won't fix this until people can pay their bills.
It's really easy, particularly for us in Whitehall, to have such distance from what people are doing day to day. And I'd really like to take the opportunity, at the very least, if I can, Ian, to talk about the amazing videos that we saw today, and if possible, even invite some of those members here today, or those who contribute to those videos, to come and speak to me and my team and others in the department, so they really do understand the value of what you do every day.
I'm really appreciative that actually us just carers are being recognised, and as carers we do have a voice.
We know the potential that's out there, we've heard that, we've seen your passion, we've seen your energy and your commitment. We've got to release that as much as we possibly can.
I think it really captured kind of how important what we do is.
We need to give people fair pay and conditions for working in this sector. We need to value the sector and we need to draw them into all of our planning in the health and care system.
The biggest thing for me is to look at how Devon County Council are embracing this and saying, look, we want to be a leading light for the whole of the UK on making this work.
We have a chance to make a difference. We have a chance to influence policy nationally. The two big things are pay and investment. And they're the things that we should all take out of the meeting and work together on.
We can't just sit back and say, well, nothing can be done. We need to get out there and talk the message both locally and nationally. I'm actually going to talk to my colleagues about how we can work even closer with the NHS and actually see if we can get some more money out of them, because I think the argument today that early intervention and actually supporting people in the community will actually prevent people going into hospital was very, very strong.
It brought the real experiences of care workers together with the expertise of national and local policy leaders and our system leaders, and I think bringing them together as one team really is what the morning did for me. I think people learned together today. I think they experienced something very powerful, and I hope and believe they'll carry that after today into their work, both individually and as a whole sector.